Future's End. Jesus taught his disciples about the sign of the coming kingdom. Be vigilant, ready and awake, watching for the return of the Son of Man, like the master of the house coming back from a wedding at who knows what hour. The diligent servants open the door as soon as he arrives home, and they will receive their just reward, for the master will prepare a meal for them. In your own home too, take care at night, so a thief cannot break in and rob you. Always be alert, for you never know when the time has come. Peter asked Jesus if this teaching was for everybody, or just the 12 of them. And he replied, "Who do you think it applies to?" Who would the master of the house put in charge of looking after everyone whilst he is away? It would be someone who has proved themselves as reliable and trustworthy. But if they think, "Now the master's away, I can do what I like," and they start to bully the fellow servants, taking advantage of all that the master has given them responsibility for, they will be in for a nasty shock. For the master will return when he is least expected, and the untrustworthy servant will be punished and thrown out of the house, along with all his cronies. A servant who knows what is expected of them, but chooses to disregard it, has far more to answer for than one who doesn't understand what is required of them in the first place. God is always generous, and in return looks for us to serve him faithfully. The greater one's gifting from God, the greater one's responsibilities to him. When you see a cloud sweeping in from the sea, you say, "It's going to rain," and it does. When the wind blows from the south, you say, "It's going to be hot," and it is. It's easy to anticipate the coming weather. So why is it so hard to anticipate the coming kingdom, when the signs are everywhere? So, keep short accounts with everyone. If someone accuses you of something, deal with it immediately, before it escalates to the courts, where you might lose everything. Jesus had heard of the recent massacre of some Galilean believers by Roman soldiers on Pilate's orders. Do you think those poor people deserve to die because of some hidden sin? Or what about the 18 people who were crushed when the Tower of Siloam fell on them? Did they commit some terrible sin deserving of God's wrath? That is not true in either case. But remember this: everyone is ultimately answerable to God, whether they have chosen to believe in him or not. Jesus then said, "A man had a fig tree in his garden, but for the past 3 years it had not had any fruit on it. 'There is no point in having this tree if it doesn't bear fruit,' he said to the gardener. 'Chop it down.' But the gardener said, 'Master, let me keep it 1 further year. I will tend it carefully and feed it well, and then maybe it will bear fruit. If not, then you can cut it down.' And then Jesus told them this story. The kingdom of heaven is like the night when 10 young girls took their oil lamps and went to a wedding feast to welcome the groom, as was the custom. 5 of them wisely took extra oil, while 5 foolishly did not. The groom was late, and the girls fell asleep while waiting. But late in the night they were aroused from their sleeps by shouts of, 'The groom is coming! Come and greet him!' So the girls got up and hurried to get ready, with the 5 who were wise adding their extra oil to relight their lamps. But the 5 who were foolish had none, and asked for some from the others. And they replied, 'There isn't enough oil for all of us. You will need to go and get some of your own.' While the 5 foolish girls were away, fetching extra oil, the groom arrived, and the doors to the wedding feast were shut and locked. And when the 5 girls came back and begged to be let in, the groom said, "Go away, I don't know who you are." "If you want to be my disciples," said Jesus, "always be ready, for you do not know the time of my return." The tide of time will turn inexorable, yet none can know the hour of the Master's soon return. So tales of midnight banquets, sleeping girls, faithless servants, and a fruitless fig tree soft foretell the call to watchful waiting and the Father's will. But even such soul-speaking burns as fire, as storm clouds gather at the rim of repentance.